Hello,
Oh,
darling. Hello, hello, hello. So Nadaya and I just got off the phone and I'm cracking up because we're both like sitting here eating. I have not eaten all day. I ordered food and I was like, why didn't the food come to the front door? I saw motion. The guy delivered the food to the back door. So I've been like so hungry. So I just took a bite and I'll finish the rest later. But I've been on the phone. I've been on Zoom meetings since 9 a.m. this morning. Nonstop, nonstop, nonstop. Anyway, good afternoon and welcome everybody. Um, it's so funny. Someone said to me, "Thank you for my authenticity," because I talk about everything. I talk about what I eat. I talk about what I'm wearing. I talk about my relationship with Jesus. I talk about money. I talk about all the things you're not supposed to talk about because that's how God made me. So, welcome. Welcome to what are we doing today, Priyanka? This is Priyanka. Priyanka, my beloved assistant who has worked with me for coming up on 4 years. Hi, Linda. Hi, Nadai. Hi, Terry. Welcome. Are we doing Akashic today?
we're doing safe.
Or we're doing safe today? I thought we did safe before. This is our third safe. Are you sure we're doing safe today?
Let me just check.
Oh, wait, Linda. Wait, Linda, unmute yourself and talk to me.
Oh,
Today's
sorry,
supposed to be
Akashic.
Akashic. Yeah,
Akashic,
Akashic.
Yeah.
sorry.
Okay. Yeah, because we did safe twice. So here's what I'm going to do going forward. 1 week is going to be safe. 1 week is going to be Akashic. 1 week is going to be clearing the clairs. And then I'm going to take a week off. And then if we have a month with 5 Fridays, I'm going to bring in something special. So I'm working on this class right now that's called Permission, Mastering Free Will. Like whatever you give yourself permission for in your life is the most incredible use of free will. Because God gave us all one thing. What did He give us? He gave us free will. The angels didn't have free will. The angels were pissed off that we were getting free will, by the way. And with free will, it means that we get to create what we desire. And here's the good news and the bad news. Everything that you've ever experienced in your life, you have created through the use of free will. So if you want something that's outside of the realms of what you thought was possible, you give yourself permission for it. And here it comes. It's crazy. Priyanka's seen it. Every time I give myself permission for something new, it blows up. It's huge. So there you go. I just had the most amazing conversation with a gentleman in Israel who was my Kabbalah teacher when I went to Israel in 2009. And I had one of the most surreal experiences in my life where I laid my hands on a huge gravestone that's painted blue because it's one of the 36 beings that are known as the Sadiqim. And the Sadiqim are these beings of light from the world of Kabbalah. And Isis said in the book, the Sophia Code, that what is modern day Kabbalah came from the Essenes and the Egyptians and what are called the Kalu, which come from Atlantis. So I have all these beings that are in my life and people that have these different memories, and I have memories of them as well. So he reaches out to me and he says, I just saw you on YouTube and I want to thank you for what you're doing. I can tell you're a pure channel and I can tell that what you're doing is, like bringing people back to love, bringing people back to their hearts. And this man has been so significant to me in my life. And I didn't know that I would ever see him. He ended up leaving the Kabbalah community. And we just got off the phone with each other. Like he said, when I saw you on YouTube, I thought, there's my sister. He said, I love what you've done with your hair. And I was literally crying my eyes out this morning when I was meeting with a group of Kalu, a group of people that we connect from Atlantis. And, all this is available in the Akashic Records. So one of the things that I do is I not only teach people how to read the Akashic Records, but I teach them how to clear everything that's in the way of being able to be in the records with their eyes open, with their ears open, with their crown open, with their hearts open, using clairvoyance, clairsentience, claircognizance, all the clairs. And it was so funny because I was just talking to Nadaya about a year-long program that I'm going to be doing. And Linda's going to be in the program. And we've got about 25 people that are going to be joining us for this journey. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring to you 18 classes, including like the 7 big classes that I teach, teaching 34 different tools. I'm going to be teaching things like the SAFE program, the free program. These are all acronyms. The permission program as masterclasses and standalone classes. And so that's going to be a huge, amazing, extraordinary program. Then we do each of these classes as standalones as well. So you could come and attend a class to learn how to read the Akashic records, or how to clear clairs, or how to use a technique. We used to call it psychic surgery, and now we just call it the energy healing technique. I should probably go back to psychic surgery. I love that name. But what it does is it lets you go in and remove the chakra energy centers that are blocked, where you yourself, through the use of your free will, have closed down these abilities because you were a profound healer and you were put to death as a heretic, kind of like Joan of Arc. I'll use my psychic abilities and lead the nation to freedom, and then France goes, "Thank you very much. Now we're going to burn you at the stake." I'd be like, "Screw you! I'm not going to use the abilities again." Right? Anyway, so yeah, that's the agenda. Oh, here's the most amazing thing. Monday is our 7-year anniversary of when I opened my business that's called Soma Life. And I've had the Soma Life Sanctuary. Soma Life Sanctuary is the name of the YouTube channel where I have over 2,200 videos that are public. There's a couple other, probably 1,000 or so, that are private, from classes that I've taught and clients that I've worked with. But so in honor of that, we have this huge sale that's going on. Like, I've literally lit the house on fire. Priyanka and I have two other women that work with us, and one of them is Kat. And Kat's like, in honor of it being your 7-year anniversary, which is the 29th, and 9 minus 2 is 7. And she's like, and so we have all these things that are like sevens and sevens and sevens and sevens. So things are on sale, and it's really, really fun. We just did this recently for Magdalene's birthday last weekend, but I love doing this. The spirit gives me the pricing on all the stuff, and I charge some crazy prices for things, but if somebody has a desire that's big enough, we will find a way. That I promise you. So, okay, Akashic readings. Okay, so Priyanka is a very gifted psychic, but don't tell her because she doesn't know. Anyway, Priyanka is going to use her gifts. Hi, Dania. Welcome, my love. Use her gifts to pick someone. If you would be willing to have your records read, which means that we're going to be, hi, how are you, my love? It's so good to see you. It's been a minute. I'm so glad you're back. Mwah. Sending you all the love. If you're willing to have your records read publicly, which means it not only goes here, it goes on Facebook, and it also goes on YouTube. If you're willing to be that person, please drop a yes in the chat group, and then Priyanka will know that. Okay, Adaya says yes, she's in. I was just saying to her that I thought it was so sweet that Spirit told me how to pronounce her name. I bet people butcher your name all the time, right? All the time. Motherfuckers. Like, what does it take to get someone's name right? I don't know. I think the most beautiful sound in any language is the sound of our name. Like, we want to be known, we want to be seen, we want to be witnessed. I think having my Kabbalah teacher come back after all these years, I haven't seen him, and say, I saw what you're doing. I love the work that you're doing. He said, I looked and I thought, oh, there's my sister. He said, you know what I've always loved about you? And I said, what? He said, your brutal honesty. And I'm like, yep. He said, I always loved how honest you were. Even when people didn't hear what you had to say, you always told the truth. And I said, that's how God made me. Man, I am as honest as the day is long. That's for sure. And back again. Okay. Let me see. What else do I want to tell you? Oh, so the Akashic Records. So at 11 years old, my mom gives me this book by Edgar Casey. No, about Edgar Casey, that's called The Sleeping Prophet, written by a man named Jess Stern. And Edgar Casey was the most famous psychic that's been in our generation. And he would go, except for maybe now Teresa Caputo or one of the others, but he would go into this trance, and he recorded over 14,000 sessions. I think having 4,000 videos is a lot, but man, this guy did 14,000 readings. He would go into trance, and he would bring information back from the Akashic records. And I remember being 11 years old going, oh my God, he talked about past lives. He talked about all kinds of stuff, talked about the future of Earth after the big flood, our Earth. And the only place that I knew that you could get your Akashic records read was if you made a trip to India. And it didn't occur to me at 11 years old that I was going to India anytime soon. So I'm fascinated, though, by everything to do with past lives and spirituality. And I think at the time there were books like Charity of the Gods by Eric von Dayken, or Shirley MacLaine and, her Don't Fall Off the Mountain. Or there was a book called The Seth Speaks by Jane Roberts. And I was just always fascinated by anything that was, spiritual, not extraterrestrial. I was like, there are no things as extraterrestrials, deeply in denial, right? But yes, I was interested in anything that had to do with spirituality. And I had this amazing relationship with Jesus, and he would talk to me all the time. So scroll forward to 2017, and one of my girlfriends, Tiffany, posts on Facebook, and she says, I just learned how to read the Akashic. I'm sorry, I'm getting all these messages. We dropped the sale today, and like 10,000 people are like asking me questions. So Tiffany says, I got trained to read the Akashic records, and I reach out to her and I'm like, oh my God, Tiffany, please, 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 please be one. Can I be one of the people that you practice on? She's like, absolutely. So she says, I have this prayer, part of it you say aloud, part of it you say silently. And then I started asking all these questions. And everything that she answered, like one of my tells when the truth is being told is that I start to cry. I also get goosebumps on the body. I have other symptoms, but you know, every time I asked a question and the records came forth with the information, like I just knew that it was the truth. And I was like, oh my God, it was such a confirmation of my life. And I said, how did you learn to read the records? And she said, there's a woman named Linda Howe, and she wrote this book, the quintessential book on how to read the Akashic records. It's literally called How to Read the Akashic Records. And it's orange. So I find Linda Howe, I follow her on Facebook. And then a few months later, she announces that starting in January of 2018, she's going to do a 3-month training program. It's $850. And I'm like, $850? I'm doing it anyway. Like, short of selling my cat for science experiments, I was doing this class, right? But it seemed like a lot of money to me. And the money I charge now is ridiculous. So, whatever. But in 2017, I was like, that's a lot of money, but I'll do it. And it was a 3-month intensive. There were 48 of us around planet Earth. It was on a platform that was called Learn It Live that looked like what Zoom is now. And we would get together twice a week, and she would teach us how to read the Akashic records. And very first time I read the records, I go in, and there are these beings, and they're jumping up and down, and they're screaming, halls of Amenti, halls of Amenti, halls of Amenti. And I'm terrified out of my mind. I closed the records, and I was like, oh my God, what just happened? So I reached out to Linda, and I go, Linda, what was that? She said, they're just really excited to see you. Ask them, go back in. I'm like, oh. She goes, go back in, ask them to calm down, ask them to slow down, and ask them what the halls of Amenti are. And in the meantime, I Google the halls of Amenti, and it says, the halls of Amenti is where the Akashic records were kept in Atlantis by Thoth. And I'm like, get the fuck out. Like, you can't make this stuff up, right? And then after Atlantis fell, Thoth and his little starship took the Akashic records and buried it where the paw is of the Sphinx in Egypt. I'm like, oh my God. Like, I'm like, okay, just breathe. So I go back in, and they say, we're so excited to see you. You are a guardian of the Akashic records. You are a keeper of the records. You are she who remembers. I was like, oh my God. So it started this journey for me. They said, you're going to be teaching people how to read the records. So not only do I do readings for people, but my favorite thing is to teach people how to read the records. Because if I give you that, I give you the keys to your own divinity. I allow you to remember who you are as a divine being of light and love, as a creation of God. God made us in her image, right? We were given free will. We can manifest, and we do manifest everything through intentionality that happens through the right use of will. Listen, sometimes we use our will in the wrong ways, and we make messes. but everything that we have in our life, we've manifested. So that's the tool that the Akashic records give you. And then I created this whole thing of clearing the clairs to be able to help you to open up your ability so you can have, sometimes people open the records and they're like, I can't see anything. Or they say, I see a being, but I can't hear what they're saying. Their lips are moving. Or, like whatever the things are. But there are places where we close down our abilities because we were killed for them. So my entire commitment is to remind people of their relationship with God, which is basically their relationship with their own divinity. So that's my life purpose. And when you're in the records, you're basically given like the library of everything to know about you through every incarnation, every thought you ever had, every word you've ever spoken, every action you've ever taken. How extraordinary is that? That's what's available for you in the Akashic records. So since 2018, I got a certification as an advanced practitioner. We met for 3 months and it was extraordinary. Linda now has 3 books: Healing in the Records and Soul Purpose in the Records, beyond how to read the records. So you can buy her books. And some people have come to me and they're like, she's not teaching live, but she has these recordings and we saw you on a recording. I'm like, I'm sure you did. I was definitely one of her most troublesome students. I'd raise my hand and I'd ask a question and she's like, no, you can't do that. And I'm like, okay. And then I'd go off and do exactly what she told me I couldn't do. I didn't care. I still don't care. I need to have a tattoo, maybe like a tramp stamp, and it literally just says IDGAF. Like that's just whatever. And for those of you that don't know, that stands for I don't give a fuck, because I really don't. Like, the truth is the most important thing to me. And if you're going to let your ego and your fears get in the way of the truth, you and I are definitely going to have a problem. So if you don't have a problem with that, then you're not going to have a problem with me. What else? I I love the records. I'm in the records constantly. I see things and I know things, but I'm not allowed to tell you. What I have is such laser vision that I see who you are, and all the universe and Jesus and others have asked me to do is to help you wake up and remember who you are. And that isn't always fun for people. Do you know what I'm saying? Like sometimes people don't want to be shown their darkness and their shadow. But guess what? God made the light. God also made the darkness. God made everything. Lucifer Morningstar is Samael, and Samael is an archangel. And he and God put on this little production where God kicked him out of heaven and he came down to earth. But literally, the reason that he's here is he's God said, you're my most trusted angel, you're my most beautiful angel. I need you to go to earth and I need you to hold down the darkness, because we got to give people a choice. you know we have to let people remember who they are, and in order to be able to see your light, you need to have the shadow. Do you know? So what makes a hand is the not hand around it, and what is the not hand is the shadow of the hand. Like what defines the hand. So what defines us is also defined by what we are not. But we're all of it. We're the light and the dark. I think that's it. I think that's all I have to say about that. All right. Any questions? There's got to be a question. Like there has to be. Come on, there's got to be no questions. Okay. All right. Anyway, so I go on about this, and I've done this work since I was 11. I started my training in 1989. I have 30 now. I have 34 certificates. By the time I'm done, I'll have over 50, because I've stepped into this program where there's 21 certifications. And I'm about to go do my fourth one. And then I teach. I have this way of teaching it so that it's easy for everybody. And anyway, that's what we do. So yeah. Did I forget anything, Priyanka? I don't think I forgot anything. I think that's it.
Do you want to talk about the class that's coming up, Quantum Transformational Alchemy, September 17th?
Okay, so we have a class coming up, Quantum Transformational Alchemy. It starts on September 17th. For the people that are going to be in the year-long curriculum, it's going to be the first class that they're going to attend. And a bunch of people have already done it, and they're going to be reviewing it. But the first 2 weeks are going to be getting to know each other, kind of the guidelines, how we're going to work. They're going to be giving out all the workbooks because there's workbooks and process and techniques. But we're going to be started that. So as I teach through the year, I'm going to kind of break classes off individually for people to take. And then if at any point they want to step into the curriculum based on whatever we're teaching, it's a rolling 12 curriculum. So they'll be assigned a mentor who will work with them to help, get them caught up on whatever it is that they might be missing. And this has all been guided by Jesus. He's going to be teaching a lot of the classes with me. So he'll come through, I'll channel him, and he'll be teaching as well. So it's going to be far out and galactic and spiritual in the most amazing sense possible. I also have a dear friend named Wendy. Wendy's actually going to be one of the people participating in the class. Wendy taught me to channel, and she's taught over 1,000 people to channel. So if that's a journey that you ever want to take, you take that with her. I don't teach people to channel, but I teach them a lot of other stuff. Anyway, she came to me last year and she said, Metatron wants you to teach me how to read the Akashic records. I'm like, oh my God. She and I have been friends for like 35 years. We met in 1989 back in Los Angeles when we were young. I was 30, she was 40, and now we're, what are we, 60 and 70-ish? Anyway, she's extraordinary. She's one of my favorite people in the universe. She used to have big red hair, and now she's like me. We both have silver hair. Although I have to say, this really weird thing's happening. My hair's getting darker. Priyanka, look at this. Like, seriously, I don't know why this is happening, except I'm taking like spirulina, ashwagandha root, soursop, sea moss, milk thistle. I've started taking all these herbs and my hair's getting darker and my nails are getting really long, like really long. My teeth are really strong. My bone density is really strong and I've got muscles. I don't know. Herbs. I'm telling you, that's where herbs and vegetables. And then I'm sitting here eating a salami hero. Oh yeah. Breakfast of champions, baby. Okay. What else? I really think that's it. If you have any questions, please ask them. If you think of any later, please reach out. If you can't find me, you're not looking hard enough. I swear to God, I'm on Facebook, I'm on Instagram, I'm on TikTok, I'm on YouTube. I'm like everywhere. I'm available and I love to talk to people. It's one of my favorite things to do. So if you want to, reach out, please do. I will always call you back. Yeah, I think that's it. Okay, Priyanka, who is going to be read today? Whew.
It's Danya.
Dania? Danya?
Yes, hello.
Hey, sweetheart. How are you?
I'm good.
It's good to see you.
Likewise.
Okay. So give me your full legal name.
The full legal name is Tanya Lisa Jambelis.
It's Tania.
Yep. Lisa.
Lisa.
LL. Last name LLAMBELIS.
Right. I remember that it was something like that. Okay. So I'm going to say a prayer. Part of the prayer is said aloud and part of the prayer is said silently. And then I'm going to open your records and you can ask them questions. You can only ask them self-interested questions. You can't ask about someone else, like as if you want to read their records, like why did they do this thing or why did they do that thing? What you can ask is, why would I have invited this person to do this thing to me? So I had these two students in class one time, they were practicing, and one of the girls said, why did my mother choose to abandon her children? And the other student was saying, I'm not getting an answer. And I said, well, the correct question is, why did I choose to have my mother abandon me? And then the records were forthcoming because it's from a place of self-empowerment, not a place of victimhood. Like one time I had to ask, why am I so afraid of my father? And boy, they spilled their guts. And everything made sense. Another great question to ask is, when have I done that to another? So if you feel like you're victimized by a certain person or by a certain thing, you can ask the records, when have I harmed this person? When have I hurt this person? When have I killed this person? When have I raped this person? When have I maimed this person? When have I stolen from this person? And it all shows up in the records. So, you know, the good, the bad, and the ugly, and everything in between. So you're going to see that starting to happen already. So I go into trance. I go deeply into trance. There's a prayer I say, part is said aloud, part of it is said silently. I touch my crown chakra, my third eye. I touch my throat and my heart. I'm connecting my heart to the person I'm reading. So it kind of looks like this. And it literally feels like I'm on ayahuasca. So here's our crown, third eye, and our hearts connect. I literally feel like I'm on a drug when this starts to happen, because it's your masters, teachers, and loved ones and the lords of the records that I'm reading. Here they come. Okay. So we're going to get started. All right. And there's usually yawning as I transition from one frequency to another. And so we do acknowledge the forces of light, asking for guidance, direction, and courage to know the truth as it is revealed for our highest good and the highest good of everyone connected to us. O Holy Spirit of God, help me to know, Dania, in the light of the Akashic records, to see, Dania, through the eyes of the lords of the records, and enable me to share the wisdom and compassion that the masters, teachers, and loved ones of Dania for her. Mm. Mm. The records are now open, beloved. We thank you. It is good to be with you once again. How may we be of assistance to you, beloved one?
I would love some guidance and counseling around my shadow in regards to a pattern that I just noticed this week, in which I will find myself having to make a choice in a sticky situation. And after some time has passed, a day or two passes, I realized, like, a bratty part of me is like, that's not what I wanted. And but I have to live with it. I have to be mature and live with the words that came out of my mouth 2 days ago. And so as a child, I would find myself in situations where I was at a candy store and at 2 o'clock, I wanted this. But when we got home at 3:30, I didn't want that anymore. So I'm seeking guidance towards emotional maturity. And why would I have chosen in this lifetime to have this pattern?
Beloved, understand that you have what exists within you, an aspect of you that has not been brought to the light, has not been revered, has not been loved, has not been cherished, has not been adored, has not been addressed, has not been able to make the choices that would allow her to feel that she is regarded, that she is noticed, that she is witnessed. And in reaction, when a choice has been made by a more mature and adult aspect of you, she feels as if she was not represented. What would be of the greatest benefit to you, beloved, is to begin by asking her if she could have one toy, if she could have one creature, one animal, one doll that would allow her to feel that she is seen, that she is known. Ask her what that would be, and then purchase this object. It may be a giraffe or a caterpillar, or it may be an animal, or it may be a doll, but it is something that will make her feel as if there is something that she can love, something that she can hold, which you will hold within your arms and allow her to feel a connection to this object. Do you understand?
Yes, I do.
Then, beloved, you will begin to have daily dialogues with her. You will ask her, what is it that you want to do today? And it may be that she wishes to ride a bicycle. It may be that she wishes to swing upon a swing. It may be that she wants to watch cartoons. It may be that she wants crayons and a coloring book. It may be that she wishes to play dress up. Having this daily interaction with her will allow her to not feel that she must hijack you, that she must make you feel that the choice and the decision that you made was wrong. She wants to be consulted. She wants to be acknowledged. She wants to be seen. She wants to be known. She wants to be witnessed. It is not so much that she is the shadow of you, and yes, you can name it in this manner, but it is an aspect of you that has not yet been able to come to full maturation because it has been ignored. It has been placed in a corner as if it is punished. And the more that you bring her to the light, the more that you allow her to have these moments with you, the more that she is treasured, the more that you will find that what you are doing is fully loving all aspects of you. Beloved, you are precious beyond imagination, and you have worked hard and diligently to reframe what you had known your childhood to be. But understand that she is a collection and a conglomeration of a myriad of lifetimes of having been disrespected, of having been abused, of having been hurt, shall we say. And the more love and the more light and the more attention, understand that what it is that we crave from another is their attention. The more attention that you can bring to her, the more that you will find that she becomes satisfied with the choices that you make. And you may even consider allowing yourself to say, before I make this decision, I need a moment, and come within. She has a name. Allow yourself to find out what it is. And defer to her and say, I am about to make this choice. I am about to make this decision. How does that make you feel? Because if you continue to ignore her, she will continue to make trouble. Do you understand?
Yes, yes, I do.
Are these promises that you are willing to make, beloved one?
To myself, yes. And to her, yes.
Beautiful. You will find that not only will she calm down, she is an incredible truth teller. She lives within your heart, and there's one aspect of you that will never lie to you. and that is your heart. But understand, when she allows herself to have her feelings hurt, she will cause a ruckus. So if you are able to defer to her and say, how would you feel about this? If you can say to her, I have this for us. I will not let us be without. I will not let us go without. We can have everything, so that she does not feel that she has not been chosen, that she has not been regarded, that she has not been included. Do you understand, beloved?
Yes, I do. I do.
This will help bring light to the shadow, as you call it. This will help bring recognition to that which has been ignored. But understand that there are myriads of lifetimes, of incarnational cycles, in which you have not paid her heed. So you are now making amends. You are sewing the wound. You are bringing stitches, and it will now begin to mend in a way that will be profound for you.
Thank you.
Indeed, beloved. We thank you for coming forth. We thank you for your open-hearted inquiry. Understand that each being, too, has a young child that lives within them. So each and every one of you, and those who are listening in the future through this recording, understand that there lives inside of you a young aspect that wants your attention and wants your love. If you can allow yourself the grace of attending to this relationship daily, you will find that it will absolutely change the landscape of your existence. We thank you for your query. We thank you for your presence. And we will indeed speak with you again, beloved one.
Thank you.
Greetings and salutations. This transmission is complete. Okay, there's a closing prayer. I'd like to thank the masters, teachers, and loved ones for their love and compassion. I'd like to thank the lords of the Akashic records for their point of view. And I would like to thank the Holy Spirit of light for all knowledge and healing. The records are now closed. Amen. The records are now closed. Amen. The records are now closed. Amen. How was that?
It was great. It was profound. It was spot on.
Right on. Thank you for coming, Lovey. It's great to see you. Hi, Tess.
Thank you.
So we're here every week with, something else up our sleeve. Priyanka, thank you for always being here with us. Tess, I need to talk to you. So hang on, because there's a conversation that Yeshua wants me to have with you. I thank you all for being here. I love you. You're welcome anytime. And I look forward to any way that I can be of service to you. Shabbat Shalom. And yeah, it's all good. It's all good. It's all good, and it's all God. I love you guys madly. Thank you so much for being here. And I look forward to having you. Terry, please come back anytime. You have beautiful, beautiful energy around you, and I'd love to get to know you better. So please come back again. And again, if you weren't read today, please come back and we'll read you another time. That I promise you. Bye, my darlings. All right, Tess, stay because we need to talk.
Okay.